While we waiting out for his damage reduction, we're gonna apply shock to him, then empower our ability twice with the mantra and infernal. So what you see here is probably like double overkill, because GGG nerfed bosses. It's Uber Arbiter in full party. And here's full party Zest, but he's even softer. And here's a slideshow caused by the Delirium Fog. And a zoom on my kill counter, so you have an idea what just happened. Please GGG, just let us disable that garbage when we do the Delirium, or just don't make us lose so much value. And now just look at the life regen we get from the leech. I replaced my main ring with some random one I bought for 1 divine with rarity. I got some random helmet with rarity, and that's basically the whole idea. I changed my tankiness to rarity. So right now I got 200 rarity, I got 62 movement speed. Of course you can get another movement speed if you get the third socket here. And let me just show you how it all looks like together. So basically I just one hit all the mobs here, but the best part is if they hit me, they get one hit. Like, it's pretty poc defense. I have 1.8 HP and literally some evasion. I get more evasion because the helmet I got was with evasion. But, I mean, all in all, if I don't stand in some chaos, this distraction on the ground, that doesn't render for me when it's delirium. With my minus 13 chaos, I should be fine. As you see, I just talk and I let them kinda hit me. That's like all I do so far. But that should not even be a thing that it's like available to me, but I can one-shot everything, and that's with those items for rarity. So like 200 to rarity, I shouldn't be able to do that basically. Well, I kinda can. It's just calamity. Calamity is quite inexpensive if you just buy corrupted 3 sockets. If you want the 4 socket, okay, can be expensive, but that's that. Map level 80. Resistance is not really fixed. I only got evasion and my Pathfinder ascendancy for defense, and of course my ultimate damage, which is not even ultimate anymore. I just got some random shit on me basically. Like I got all rods, okay. I got these gloves, but I bought them because they had sockets in and low price. And it's literally 1D, or maybe that was like 5D perhaps, because I wanted pure evasion with 50 rarity, like fat 50, so I could put socket without rolling it with divines. The boots were like 60, I believe, but I needed them especially with the cold, and I needed the exact amount of cold with the main items. That is, I got charm, that makes me tanky because I get a guard with it, and bore, the cheapest, best of the cheapest ones. It's like 20 divines I bought. And it gives you 20 damage reduction. So that's your first damage reduction, that's your second, and some from mana before life. You will have normally 3 more here, but everyone asks me always about rarity. For me it's a dead stat because it never helps me, or I'm just this unlucky. But maybe my amulet was 80, I could have changed it, but I don't really have another one with spirit, so I can use my ancestral cry and look cool. This is literally for the looks. And that's like how the build looks like in general. You just gotta avoid the chaos, cause yeah, I don't have the chaos. So like if you have the chaos, you don't have to literally avoid it. But I was planning on being complete glass cannon for myself, so I just wanna like show a bit more versatile build for everyone's. But I mean, if something hits you, it just has to be in the second wind range and you should be fine. You only need the guard on your charm, it's important. Some things can still one-shot you, but it's only like if they are too far. I love Pathfinder and getting slow, that's basically just second wind, I'm not really attacking them. So, trust me, build's pretty cheap. I'd say like the most expensive parts are like the support gems, but you can live without them, they are not that big of a deal. So you just need really like strong weapon for this kind of stuff, like just literally letting your face to be the map clear. But let's see the boss comes, the boss goes. I then crit. Can I take a hit? Oh my god, he's hitting me with this shit. Is he dying to it or what? Hit me once. What the fuck, I got a lot of damage reduction actually. More than I thought. No, my charge stuff. Damn, I'm more tanky than I thought, to be fair. That's a good part for the video. So let's start with the core defense for the Pathfinder. Boots with very fat evasion. Runes for damage is taken from mana before life on Calamity, assisted with Leech on mana and Leech on life on either ring or wherever you can really get it. And then you just get belt with armor, resistances, you can put attributes on, but you want mana and max life on it. It's not that important, but preferably we have evasion based gloves because this gives fuck all evasion, but it all puts together into 41 chance to evade, which in times gives you 48 reduction for elemental damage via our ascendancy, which is very nice. We have some deflection because of the boots, but I prefer the elemental resistances roll here, to be fair. But it all cannot be really achieved without a decent amulet with global defenses and evasion rating, and that's the type of amulet you want. You can forget the crit and crit damage as long as you get some spirit, the ranks on it, and most importantly global defenses and evasion. And the final layer of the defense, outside of the deflect, you could pick some passives for deflect if you like it. I really don't like it. I thought about it a bit different, but it turned out to be very, very mediocre. But if you happen to have this, then, well, this base for quarterstaff, if you have a crazy quarterstaff with this base, it's not that bad. You would just spec those 3 points from somewhere else, even like, I don't even know why I have here, so 3 points free is basically there. You would go here. Block chance, deflection rating, so if you like both deflection and block, that would be perfect for you. And well, block is just block, it's really good. You have easy nodes to get a lot of block, where they were somewhere here, I think. Let me look for them real quick. Here, look. So you have block, you have this, but some damage goes through the block, but it's completely fine. And you have another block here, which makes even more damage come through it. But it's completely fine because it's still gonna be an insane amount of damage blocked. I don't recommend going for any other block nodes really, unless you happen to have Megalomaniac and randomly have them on it. But outside of that, I don't really recommend. You could try this if you would really want it to, but I don't recommend it myself. It just wasted points kinda for me. This is like the only thing that's worth. It won't give you that much, so... well, even 15% is still an insane amount for just blocking the damage. But for Blood Mage, the defense is looking a bit different, and sadly I cooked my amulet, so I have this one. I really... well, this is what it is with the Sanctify, right? But what you want on the amulet is maximum life and percentage maximum life, and you want maximum life wherever you really can, which is like the belt, the amulet. If you have Penumbra ring with like the extra prefixes, you can get it on the ring. You want it on the boots, and wherever you can, you also want mana on it. So, well, I mean, Penumbra ring should have 4 flats if you're already going for a ring like this. But it also goes like the Leech. On both things, Aegis base for the block chance on the quarterstaff will work. So most of the things apply, other than you don't base on the evasion in here because you don't have that crazy elemental reduction from it, but you base on crazy amounts of max mana and max HP. And what will you do is base on your life remnants that will 1.5x your HP. When I had 3k base, sadly they nerfed it, the overflow to 1.5, and instead of time of need, you would have mana remnants here. So that would be an insane amount of both mana by base of it, and both would be overflow. So that's how you would tank. And for all those builds, you're gonna be using all kinds of charms. Like on Pathfinder you won't need this because you're freeze immune, but all of them you want with guard, and you either want them with Bore or one of the movement speed ones. And for Chayula you basically base a lot on the Leech, even more than before, and you will need to buy the most expensive gear, which is the energy shield. Put as much energy shield as you can. So amulet has to be with global defenses, has to be with maximum energy shield flat and percentage. You will need this belt based on chaos damage, lots of extra chaos damage. Everywhere you can get something with chaos. You don't use the original scene, nothing like this. Just get some chaos as extra chaos. Against darkness with spirit and as extra chaos is gonna be required. And you're gonna base on Leech, so base wherever you can, energy shield, boots, wherever, but everything else gonna apply same, outside of the amulet, belt, and gloves plus boots. So everything gonna stay same as the other builds, because we're gonna have a lot of chaos, all you can do is like support yourself with skill Mantra of Destruction to get even more chaos damage, because sadly on our new Acolyte of Chayula everything still kinda, I mean it's all shit still, outside of the immune to volatility for the occasional extra chaos. This is the only good, it's really insane note that it's the only good note. I tried this, it's just, I rather use Mantra of Destruction for the extra chaos. This is just completely bad, removes your spirit, fuck all of that. This is just, I mean, I had to spend ascendancy points, right? So only this is good, literally, about it. Invoker is like, I wanted Unbound Avatar, but it's too short. So you can get some extra, you can get some... I mean, the projectiles, the procs from like the bottom line here, you have on Invoker is really nice. But Spirit from Body Armor is kind of bad if you want to use Calamity. Yeah, I mean, I would just pick some extra damage on the Monk, and I would definitely go for... I would Scald, the Elemental Expression. But outside of this, I rather play the Acolyte of Chayula, because no matter what I did, this belt just forever kept my energy shield full, and all use, like, all your skills that you can, all you do is literally put life leech on them, on every single thing you play. This preventing the leech to just stop when you're full HP, but leaving like a humongous healing over time on you. It literally makes you just survive one hit and you're gonna be right back to full HP. Unless you're of course in Abyss and your heal is completely denied. And on a Gemling, it kinda same applies from the Monk. You will just rely on lots of leech, and you will want lots of energy shield on the gear, and that's pretty much all. Like you just want physical, and leech has physical for both life and mana, but I mean of course you for mana you will use this. And that's pretty much it in the basis of defense. And I need to clear one thing up for forever in this build. If you want more defense, feel free to just swap your Calamity and use normal body armor. Thing is, you need energy shield because it's the most broken, it's not nerfed, evasion is nerfed. You want to be the most defense, well, you put normal body armor, especially on a blood mage with this node. You will get tons of HP from like a 1000 HP. You will need against darkness with also spirit probably, because you want the fastest possible energy shield. So 1k energy shield, 1k HP. It's basically 2k HP for our build. You will use the belt that makes your life leech contribute to energy shield. You can pass on the surround. The damage still will be there. Trust me, the damage in this build is gonna be always on point. And then you're just gonna focus on having leech on a single item. Literally, that's all you need. On a single item, ring, whatever. You saw what kind of items I used before on the start video. You don't need much. You really don't need much. You just need the flats on all rings. You need on gloves, and you need on your weapon. If you have physical, it's preferred, but you will always need, like, the best combo gonna be always with physical plus lightning, and then whatever. But you can also go triple elemental, it won't be that much of a difference. You can go runes for physical damage. You just need to focus on always having the lightning and somewhere the physical. But even then, if you play like Amazon, or if you play Chayula, you will always have the life leech completely sorted, so then you can of course completely ignore the... On Amazon especially, you can completely ignore the physical. But for me, the main core damage items are Calamity, the Surround Helmet, and the Quarterstaff. It can only be assisted by rings with triple flats, doesn't have to be the skill slot, I just use skill slot for testing stuff. And you will also use the gloves, wherever you can you put melee skills, critical damage, effect of sockets. This is very like quality of life kind of stuff, because I have attack speed here just to make flicker faster, not even hit harder. And here same stuff, depending on which variation you play, you just pick up to the defenses of it, you get the melee skills, and you get crit hit chance and crit damage bonus. But it's completely not required, you don't need tier 1s, you can go with tier 2, tier 3, doesn't matter, as long as you have everything that's needed, aka resistances and somewhere leech and life, for leech mana and leech life. Like on this ring I have a lucky one because I have both here. And that's it, you only need the attributes to check out so you can equip everything. You can have the block Quarterstaff, you can have this Quarterstaff, you can have, instead of onslaught like I do have here, leech as life, So I really love the way the Lich's life works, because I literally can just go in a random map. Let me just show you this one more time really quick. I don't even have all the passives on Blood Mage, because it's still getting leveled, right? I'm gonna remove the tablets, because I can die randomly. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't really intend to clear that map. I just wanna show you how the life leech works on anything. So we start in, we go in, and we have this amount of leech. I don't even have that much physical. So with the energy shield, okay, it can be better, but I can literally face tank like this the whole map. Just make them be always in range, so your second wind actually hits them. This is just an insane. It's like second wind is like, how much I even have like on my second wind. I mean second wind dancer, why I always call it second wind. I'm stuck. Well, decent damage, I'm not gonna lie. So like I have decent damage basically everywhere. It's quite disgusting, this build. That's how it looks like. I lowered a lot of damage like here, but who needs damage, right? The only way I can kill myself is by pressing this ability actually. But the more power charges I have, the more stupid the damage goes on it. I can go into negatives really quick. Oh, they steal my power charges. So it's pretty insane, and I felt way more tanky with Calamity for whatever reason. So I invested into one with level 20 heralds, because they have 5 sockets. Although it bugs out. I very realized very late that it bugged out my support that costs because I had armor break in it. Let's see how much it costs, because it happened just in the night. So let me see how much I just lost, because it just disappeared. It's just at 23 divines, very lovely. I bought it for way less, but it got way more expensive over time. And let's kick off the skills with charge staff, because charge staff is one of the reasons why it's amazing to have attack skills, especially when you play Gemling, because you can reach crazy levels on it. And I will give you a quick example of it. So what we want to do is temporarily take out my plus 10 quality from Wind Dancer, because it increases its range, so the mobs can be a bit more further away for it to proc, which is just purely amazing. But on that later. We put the skill here, and we're gonna take away from here, and look, we have 3 to 53 already. Now it's gonna go to 471 because I have this one extra skill now on my quarterstaff. And now we're gonna put the skills from the Prism of Belief on it, and look at that. Pick it up so it resets. 5 to 95. And trust me, those last 5 levels, they just get stupider and stupider in terms of the damage here. And that number basically means that per power charge, which we easily get 8, you get this amount of flat lightning damage added to your weapon. So 5 times 8 is from 40, and 95 times 8 is up to 760 added flat lightning damage. So if you can see, that is much more than we have on the quarterstaff. But even without the prism, with the falling thunder one, we're still gonna have like quite stupid numbers, 4 to 71. And remember, Gemling has 2 extra skills, so with all the quality as well on falling thunder, so basically Gemling gives you 20 more damage per power charge consumed, which is just insane, because Gemling can stack this quality. I mean, not exactly 20, but you stack the quality on it nonetheless. So I can tell you as much as you can imagine that adding so much flat damage to your weapon in lightning is just quite broken, right? So like that's why the ranks are good, not to even mention the falling thunder ranks and stuff, because this ability has quite nice scaling. 953 on level 36, and it's already 1k. And remember that this scaling, the base of it, gets more per power charge, so those ranks are purely insane. And the rest of the skills is just heralds from Calamity. They mainly are here to get buffs to elementals, but you can make them in any kind of way you want, aka damage with ranks, damage, you can make it to break armor, like my Herald of Thunder used to be before it soaked up my support gem. You can make apply some debuffs from it. It doesn't really matter, because the amount of damage you have when you have Calamity is just, I don't know if it's bugged or intended, but this is 481% attack damage scale. This is not a scale you get off of normal Herald. Normal Herald from a support gem, even if you overcorrupt it, it's never gonna be even remotely close. Look, boom, 259. Let me take away from this Herald the Lightning Mastery, how much I would get. So that's level 29, that is level 27. Normal Herald has 279 attack damage scale. This, 481. I don't know, but you know, numbers don't number here, so I'm just gonna stay with 172k damage. Because of course I'm gonna stay with this kind of a number. It's not even comparable. So much more damage for completely no reason. And now we can get the level 21s, so we can get the socket. I just can't really bother playing normal heralds. It's just double the damage, period. Like, it's not really fair. Falling Thunder, I made it myself here. Very scary to do on Blood Mage, because it costs me quite some life, most of it basically. But if I crit it, it's I mean, it's KO to anything I touch, right? Like, there is not much to be said about it. Like, let's say I just did that map, face tanking everything, right? So let's say I wanna go boss now, just because I wanna do something different. So, I don't know, let's go to the boss that instantly spawns. We go to the King in the Mist. I'm not gonna bore you with the whole fight, don't worry. And here's the King in the Mist. You just get your charge with the with the Lingering Illusion. You just smack him in the face, and you life leash all the HP you're gonna use. But you just gotta be careful, right? Because if you get staggered, you're kinda dead. But in the shortest terms I could really put it in. I don't recommend using it the way I do use it. Just remove this, because it gives a 200% cost on it. So from 2k it goes to 974 for this one ability, and it doesn't give that much. Inevitable critical would be better, but I need it for testing, so all the proper ones should be in the mobilitics. But if you want to play it spicy, you can go like that. That's I kind of love it like this, but I wish I could just fit this somewhere. But I want twofold, I want everything here, so probably the mastery would be the only change. And that's just because I never press it twice accidentally, basically. And our flicker, we have so much damage on this build. Actually, quarterstaffs are quite broken, especially when we have the constrict tick. You go defy, and you have lucky on all kinds of damage you have on it. So, well, all that's left is to put some rage on it, because it gives more attack speed. Here we have increased attack speed, and here we have more skill speed. That makes our flicker just go lightning fast, both in like ramp up on it and the teleporting. And we of course gonna put life leech, because it's gonna do a lot of damage meanwhile, and we're gonna have all that extra life over time when we stop flickering. If you get hit, well, that should fill your HP right back up. You can also put this instead rapid attacks if you really want to. Like, you won't really lose that much, you can see, and just swap them between if you want to, because the amount of physical here added is gonna contribute in an insane amount to your life leech. Doesn't apply really to Amazon signs. I mean, it does, because Elemental just works also for it, but it's just up to you how you wanna play it. And Tempest Flurry and charge stuff without stacking the levels gonna be looking like we use that to ramp up. We use this mainly to put the humongous shock, since this fourth attack has for some reason 100 more magnitude of shock. If you also use Ancestral Cry and you like it, you will have an insane amount of melee strike range from this. And Ancestral Cry basically stacks randomly with your damage by like igniting enemies, and it makes your all attacks get ancestrally boosted, aka all of them gonna be AoEing. So like when I farm rituals, I just sit in one spot, I just swing the Tempest Flurry, and it heals everything around. And I put charge stuff into more mode, like just give me all the possible buffs up, Innervate and Ice Bite, since this is probably the best thing we can now put it on. I have the Cold and Embitter here to freeze, and well, shock is gonna come from this or any other ability, because my damage is mainly lightning, so that contributes to their shock chance, and also some damage on it, why not. I could put life leech, probably will, just depending how it's gonna feel like now when I test. but that's like all up to your personal changes. And overcharge, commiserate here, mandatory, and then it's just what you want. Defy, you want crescendo. Like, I just prefer rapid attacks, honesty here. It's just like, this is, I don't know, like final strike, ancestrally boosted, it's kind of nice, but I mean, I don't know yet, really. It doesn't matter that much, because this is just completely irrelevant, this is irrelevant. This kind of too, it just gives attack speed, yeah? All you need is the shock. But this makes you shock faster, this makes you AoE, but you can also use crescendo 2 for faster, you can use rapid attacks for faster, you can use this. Doesn't really matter that much, all that matters is to have the huge shock. Charge regulation is our another layer of defense. It's our offense. We have skill speed from it. We have critical hit chance with it. Power charges we generate all the time, and we randomly generate other charges. There's not much to it. Just have it activated. Just look at my damage here, and now look when I get a power charge on it. I get it with lingering illusion, of course, which is the core part of the build. So that is just from like 2 charges, right? But if I ramp it up to all of them, I have a small video about this, by the way, and it's gonna pop up for you in the top right corner, so you can watch it if you don't know how to generate the charges with just spamming evade. But yeah, back to it. We just evade to get those charges. We don't have enough space, need bigger hideout, and now the damage is on crazy numbers for Falling Thunder. We can also use this like that to buff our charge stuff and see the numbers we're gonna actually get in the hideout. So those are like already quite far, right? The numbers from what you can normally get. But you can clearly see how much damage it adds. You can shockwave with it. Beautiful. And last but not least, very important part of the build, custom critical with profane ritual. And those are just to make it shorter. You can tune up to yourself. You can maybe use for more energy on custom critical instead the duration on profane ritual. You check your current duration here, and basically that's just to get power charges. You flicker, but during flicker you cannot get power charges. But this thing, custom critical, you put profane ritual on the corpses down, so it takes some time before you flicker. So when your flicker ends, and that's how you should tune your duration here on. So like when your flicker ends, this should be also ending right after the flicker ends, so you get the power charges back and you can flicker again, and that's all. So I know I'm gonna get this question a lot, and what is your opinion on which one is the best ascendancy for this? And I'll be honest, I made Blood Mage, which I really love. I made Monk, tried both ascendancies, Gemling, and I think even Amazon wouldn't match. None of them kinda match to Pathfinder. I'm just maybe biased to it. I had people just, oh, you can just do this and that to get immune to slows. So I tried, I made the others, and I truly believe the simplicity of Pathfinder with freeze immune, slow immune, and that elemental damage. I don't care what people say and think about it. Nothing, in my opinion, and at least for me, matches to Pathfinder for this. You just get 3 passive points, freeze immune, slow immune, and you will realize after playing Pathfinder that once you go Pathfinder, you don't want to go anything else, cause the slow immune, it's way better than you think. Like, you try Pathfinder and you realize what I'm talking about. It's same like with the flicker. So trust me, my opinion on this is just use Pathfinder and you're not gonna complain, basically. And most people anyway got Deadeye, so nothing stops you from trying this out. And the most important thing is to tune in whenever I stream if you have questions, and I will gladly explain to you live. It's way easier than in comments. And if you like the video, you should leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, see you on the next one.